Hello everyone. Thank you for your overwhelming response to Chapter 9, Establishment of the Company Rule, and Chapter 10, Colonialism and Rural and Tribal Societies in India. Most of you have wanted a concise video on Chapter 11, the first war of independence, that is the revolt of 1857. So here in this video we will discuss about the chapter Revolt of 1857, one of the most important chapters in modern Indian history. So let us discuss the chapter First War of Independence. The revolt of 1857 was initially started by soldiers, but it was joined by different sections of Indian society and it became the first war of independence, the first united struggle against the British rule. So we will start with beginning of the revolt. The revolt started on 10th May by the soldiers of Meerut Cantonment, and the soldiers of Meerut Cantonment, they started from Meerut, then they reached Delhi on the next day, that is 11th May. So these 2 dates you will remember for 1 mark questions, and they declared Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar II as Shahenshai Hindustan. It means the Mughal Emperor was declared as the leader of the revolt of 1857. So that was the beginning of the revolt of 1857. Now the next topic is whether the revolt of 1857 is known as Sipahi Mutiny or it is called as the First War of Independence. When the British historians wrote about the event or incident, they mentioned it as a Sipahi Mutiny. Sipahi matlab soldiers. It was a small revolt of soldiers. Who wrote about it? The British historians. But the Indian historians declared it as the First War of Independence. Now we have to find out whether it was the First War of Independence or merely a small revolt by the soldiers. There are certain points you have to give in your justification. There can be 3 mark question on whether the revolt of 1857 was a Sipahi Mutiny or was the First War of Independence. Now what were the justifications given by Indian historians? As per Indian historians, different sections of Indian society, they participated in this revolt. Who were the different sections of Indian society? Hindus and Muslims together, peasants, artisans, soldiers, some of the rulers, and also educated Indians. So as different sections of Indian society participated in this revolt, so though it was started by soldiers, it was not merely a Sipahi Mutiny. Secondly, all of them fought as one nation, and their main objective was to throw off foreign rule from India, to drive away British from India. So the revolt of 1857 was the first war of independence. It was not merely a Sipahi Mutiny. Now let us discuss various causes leading to the revolt of 1857. In it we are going to discuss about political causes, economic causes, social religious causes, military causes, and the immediate cause that led to the revolt of 1857. So to begin with, we will discuss the political cause of the revolt of 1857. There were large-scale dissatisfaction among the Indian rulers. Some examples are mentioned in your book. Bahadur Shah Zafar of Delhi, Tantia Tope of Gwalior, Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi, Nana Sahib of Kanpur, then Kabir Singh of Jagdishpur, and Begum Hazrat Mahal of Awadh. All of them were dissatisfied with the British rule and the policies of the British government. So they wanted to fight against the British. The common people also wanted end of foreign exploitation. Doctrine of lapse, which was introduced by Lord Dalhousie, that you have discussed in chapter 9, so by which any Indian ruler who died without having a natural successor to the throne, it means if he died without having a son to inherit the throne, he could not adopt a son, and his territory was being merged with the British territory. So many such states of India were there, like Nagpur, Sambalpur, Satara, Jhansi. The rulers died without having a son of their own. So British merged their territories. British wanted to merge these territories with British territory. So Indian rulers, they became angry with the British because of doctrine of lapse introduced by Lord Dalhousie. Lord Dalhousie became the Governor General of India in 1848. Another policy was subsidiary alliance. British introduced a type of alliance which came to be known as subsidiary alliance. This was an agreement of friendship. If an Indian ruler accepted this agreement, he had to keep a British army in his territory. He had to keep a British official in his territory. One example is being given in your book. The Nawab of Awadh accepted subsidiary alliance in the year 1801. ये जो subsidiary alliance है, it was introduced by Lord Wellesley, and Nawab of Awadh was Wajid Ali Shah. It was in the year 1801. He accepted subsidiary alliance. So a British officer called resident was there in his territory, and finally British created such law and order situation that the Nawab was exiled to Calcutta on charges of misgovernment, and the British took the territory of Nawab, and after Nawab, Begum Hazrat Mahal, जो नवाब की बेगम थी, she took over the reign of Awadh, but the real control was in the hands of the British, and 60,000 soldiers who were under Nawab, they lost their livelihood because British just did not keep the soldiers, so they lost their livelihood. So this was how those who accepted subsidiary alliance, they also suffered, and the law, that was doctrine of lapse, it also led to merger of many Indian territories with the British territory. So these were the various political causes which led to discontentment against the British rule among Indian rulers. Now let us discuss the economic causes of the revolt of 1857. The Jamindari system exploited the farmers. All of you have discussed in chapter 10 whether it was Mahalwari system, whether it is permanent settlement, whether it is a Raitwari settlement. In every settlement, the farmers were exploited to the maximum. So this settlement, it drained the wealth of India to Britain, and it exploited Indian farmers. British goods, specifically textiles, flooded Indian market, and there was large-scale unemployment and poverty. So what was the reason behind large-scale unemployment and poverty? Because the raw materials from India were taken to feed the British industries, and Indian industries were suppressed. So ultimately there was large-scale unemployment and poverty. The farmers had to pay heavy taxes, and Indian industries and crafts were systematically destroyed. So these were the various ways in which the British exploited Indians economically. Now let us discuss the socio-religious causes of the revolt of 1857. Social reforms introduced by the British, it created great resentment among Orthodox Indians. All of you know that the British, with the effort of educated Indians, they banned infanticide, sati system, increased the marriage age of girl child. So all the social reforms, they were not liked by Orthodox Indians. And they started thinking, the Orthodox Indians started thinking that the British interfered in the customs and traditions of India, so they went against British government. One more reason of discontentment in Indian society was introduction of British education, means English education and Western education in India, because Indians started thinking by introducing Western education, they were giving a blow to Indian traditional system of education, and conversion to Christianity was a threat to Indian society. British were trying to convert Indians into Christianity, so that created great fear and anger among Indians against British. Changes in the Hindu law of property. Now, what was Hindu law of property? After the parents, the son inherited the property. But if anyone converted into Christianity, he was losing his right over property. But British made a change in the law, and what they introduced in this law, that if anyone converted into Christianity, he could have right over his father's property, means ancestral property. So that encouraged more conversion into Christianity. So Indians became angry against British. Introduction of railways, though it improved means of network and communication, but Indians protested against it because they were not allowed to sit in the first class compartment. First class compartments were reserved for British only, and they had a constant fear to lose their caste, because now high class, low class, all of them had to sit together in railway compartments. So that was not liked by high class Indians, means Orthodox Indians. Then British followed a policy of racial discrimination. They were discriminating people on the basis of color. They were declaring themselves as superior because they were white race, and they were declaring Indians inferior because they were black race. So these were the various socio-religious measures which led to increase of discontentment among Indians against the British government. Now let us discuss the military causes of the revolt of 1857. There was large-scale humiliation of Indian soldiers in comparison to British soldiers. They were always humiliated. There was large-scale discrimination. As all of you know, British were considering themselves superior. So there was a lot of discrimination of Indian soldiers in British army. The Indian soldiers were paid very low salary in comparison to British soldiers. There was no promotion of Indian soldiers in British army. The highest rank was given to Indian soldiers, that was of a Subedar. The Act of 1856 passed by the British government forced Indian soldiers to serve overseas. इसका मतलब है those Indian soldiers who were recruited by the Act of 1856, they were forced to go outside, मतलब बाहर की कंट्री में भी जाके उनको वार लड़ना था. और now we think yeah, going outside means if you are going foreign means it is a matter of great opportunity, but that was not the concept then. There was a belief among Indian people, if one was crossing the sea means he was losing his caste. ये एक अंधविश्वास था, लेकिन ये था. So, when Indian soldiers were forced to serve overseas, then they had a great resentment, because there was a belief among Indians that if one was crossing sea means losing his caste. So they were not ready to serve overseas. So these are the various causes of discontentment among Indian soldiers. While such things were going on, an immediate incident took place which led to the revolt of 1857. Now let us discuss the immediate cause of the revolt of 1857. The immediate cause of the revolt was introduction of a type of rifle which was known as Enfield rifle. ये एक ऐसा राइफल था which was having a grease paper. The cartridge of this rifle was having a grease paper and it was to be bitten out in mouth before loading the cartridge in the rifle. And it was said that the grease paper was made up of either cow or pig fat. Cow was sacred to Hindus and Muslims were not eating pig. So this hurt the religious sentiments of both Hindus and Muslims. And it was on 29th March 1857. One of the soldiers in बैरकपुर regiment, जैसे हमने मेरठ कैंटोनमेंट पढ़ा वैसे ही बैरकपुर जो वेस्ट बंगाल में है उस रेजिमेंट में मंगल पांडे refused to use this cartridge, but his senior officer who was known as sergeant forced him to use this cartridge and smear up or to beat off and take out the grease paper, but he refused. When the sergeant forced him, he shut down the sergeant. So he was immediately arrested, he was tried and he was executed. When Mangal Pandey was executed, there was great anger among Indian soldiers. So they thought of starting the revolt. So that was the immediate cause of the revolt of 1857. After discussing the causes of the revolt of 1857, the next topic we are going to discuss about is course of the revolt of 1857. Under course of the revolt of 1857, we are going to discuss about the starting of the revolt, various participants of the revolt, who were the different groups of people who did participate in the revolt, then who were the different groups of people who did not participate in the revolt. So this we will discuss under course of the revolt of 1857. The revolt started on 10th May and the soldiers reached in Delhi on 11th May. There were many participant rulers like Nana Sahib Tantia Tope. Nana Sahib and Tantia Tope were from Kanpur. Begum Hazrat Mahal was from Abad. Rani Lakshmibai was from Jhansi. Kanwar Singh was the ruler of Jagdishpur in western Bihar and he was 80 years old but still he revolted. So in many places the revolt started like Bareilly, Agra, Banaras. These were the places in central India and it spread to other parts also. But who were the non-participants? The Nizam of Hyderabad did not participate. Sindhia of Gwalior did not participate. The Sikh leaders of Punjab, they did not participate. Madras and Bombay regiment, Meerut regiment participated, but Madras and Bombay regiment did not participate. The Afghan and Gurkhas also remained loyal to British. Now let's see how the revolt was suppressed by the British government. Delhi was captured first. Then Kashmir Gate was blown. Hundreds of people were massacred and killed. Then Bahadur Shah Zafar, the Mughal emperor, was exiled to Yangon. Yangon was the capital of Burma, which is now known as Myanmar. His two sons were cruelly shut down. Lucknow was recaptured in 1858. Rani Lakshmibai was killed in the battle and Tantia Tope was captured and finally hanged. So in this way the British cruelly suppressed the revolt of 1857. Now let us discuss why the revolt of 1857 failed. There were many causes of failure of the revolt of 1857. Generally students get confused sometimes between the causes of revolt, causes of failure of the revolt. I will insist the students to read the question carefully. Causes पूछा है तो revolt क्यों हुआ लिखना है. Causes of failure means why the revolt failed, you have to write. So now let us focus on causes of failure of the revolt. Early starting of the revolt started earlier than the fixed date. The revolt started in the month of May. It was to start a month later, but when the episode of Mangal Pandey happened, the soldiers in a hurry started the revolt. So it could not spread to different parts of India, and during that period there was no such communication system as we are having today. So Lord Canning, the then Governor General, suppressed the revolt easily, as it did not spread in all places at a time. Now second, no unity among the rebels. Each ruler, each group of people fought for their own cause. जैसे आपने पढ़ा, Queen of Jhansi fought for Jhansi, Tantia Tope was having his own cause, Nana Sahib or Begum Hazrat Mahal, they had their own issues. Peasants, they participated because they were exploited because of heavy taxes and the land revenue settlements. So there was no unity as it would have, it should have been. So that was another reason of failure of the revolt. No widespread rising, it did not spread to all parts of India. It was mostly confined to central India and Delhi. So it did not spread in all parts of India. That's why the revolt failed. British had modern and sophisticated weapons. They had a very disciplined army, and Indian soldiers or Indian army or the army of Indian rulers were in no match with the British army as well as their sophisticated weapons. Then no strong leadership who would lead the revolt at national level. So these were the various causes of failure of the revolt of 1857. Now next we will discuss about the result of the revolt of 1857. Now let us analyze results of the revolt of 1857. Rule of East India Company ended with Queen's Proclamation of 1858. What was Queen's Proclamation? The order passed by Queen Victoria on 1st November 1858. As per this proclamation, British Crown took over administration. अब तक कौन रूल कर रहा था? East India Company was ruling over India. But now British Crown, इसका मतलब है British government. Now Queen Victoria became the ruler of India. Governor General now came to be known as Viceroy. जो गवर्नर जनरल का पोस्ट था, now it was declared as Viceroy. Army was reorganized so that there would not be further chances of revolt in army. Then assurance for no annexion. पहले ऐसा था कि now the territory of Indian rulers were annexed, so they revolted. अब ब्रिटिश ने ये एश्योरेंस दिया that their territories would not be annexed further. Right to adoption was given. आपने पढ़ा था डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ लैप्स से राइट टू एडॉप्शन नहीं दिया गया था, इसीलिए रूलर्स ने रिवोल्ट किया. सो नाउ ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट ग्रांटेड राइट टू एडॉप्शन. रिलीजियस फ्रीडम वाज गिवन टू इंडियंस. इसका मतलब है नाउ ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट डिसाइडेड नॉट टू इंटरफेयर मोर इन रिलीजियस मैटर्स ऑफ इंडिया. Though the revolt failed, but it became a source of inspiration for generations to come. And the heroes of the revolt became household names in India. So this was the result of the revolt of 1857. So this is how we completed the first war of independence. This chapter is also having a map work for you. I have an earlier video on the map work of revolt of 1857. Either you can refer that video, or I have attached a small clip of that video with this video so that you can refer the explanation as well as map work together. Now let us look at the 7 major centers of the revolt: Meerut, Delhi, Gwalior, Kanpur, Lucknow, Jhansi and Barakpur. So to start with, we will go for the capital Delhi. Delhi is here. लेकिन सबसे पहले रिवोल्ट शुरू हुआ मेरठ में एंड 10th में, तो थोड़ी सी दिल्ली से थोड़ा सा ऊपर है मेरठ. सो यू विल लुक एट मेरठ. दिल्ली और मेरठ का लोकेशन बिल्कुल आसपास है. सो द फर्स्ट पॉइंट वी आर शोइंग मेरठ, देन दिल्ली. फ्रॉम देयर वी विल कम टू यूपी. यहाँ पर झांसी, इट्स अ वेरी स्ट्रेटेजिक पॉइंट. लुक एट, दोनों के बॉर्डर पे है, ठीक है, इट इज झांसी. देन मध्य प्रदेश की माथे की बिंदिया की तरह है ग्वालियर. मध्य प्रदेश की ऊपर की तरफ है ग्वालियर. उसके बाद यूपी में लखनऊ आपको दिखाना है. ओके, हियर दिस इज लखनऊ. कैसे आपको दिखाना है, जब आप पूरे यूपी को देखोगे तो यहाँ देखो बीचों बीच, बीच से थोड़ा इधर और यहाँ दोनों के बीचों बीच, दिस इज लखनऊ. देन कानपुर, थोड़ी सी ऊपर की तरफ लखनऊ है, थोड़ी सी नीचे की तरफ कानपुर है. आप उसको याद रखने के लिए ये जो कर्व है, कर्व से थोड़ा ऊपर है कानपुर. तो हमारे कितने लोकेशन हो गए, मेरठ हो गया, दिल्ली हो गया, झांसी हो गया, ग्वालियर हो गया, लखनऊ हो गया, कानपुर हो गया. एंड ए सिंगल लोकेशन इज लेफ्ट एंड दैट इज बैरकपुर, जहां मंगल पांडे ने रिवोल्ट शुरू किया था. दिस इज वेरी इजी. यहाँ पर आपको कैलकाटा है, कैलकाटा के पास में आपको बैरकपुर दिखाना है. सो दीज आर द 7 लोकेशंस यू हैव टू look at for the chapter that is the first war of independence. If any doubt is there, you can ask me in comment section. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy.